Hi there guys, Sam here, welcome back to another video. You joined me going through the new Golf AR sort of first drive that I've seen. This is from from a different YouTube channel. This is from Automan TV over in Germany. And yeah, it was the first sort of one that I've seen of just a general just sort of little catch-up drive to go through it. So I'm going to kind of go through my reaction of what I kind of thought of the clip and bits around it, because obviously it's very interesting for people on my channel. So yeah, let's get straight into this. So as I'm playing it, so thank you to the subscriber who let me know that this kind of came about. The initial kind of clip is just a little walk around the car, nothing too all over the top. So I'll get rid of that nice ad. I'll pause it here though, because how nice does it look in the night? I think there's a good time to kind of do it. You've got those really nice new sort of LED lights, which is supposed to be really, really great. And it looks like it's got a light LED light all the way across the front bar, which I didn't realise either. So that's why seeing it in person in real life is kind of the way to go. That looks really nice. And I think out of all the three colours you can choose from, well, in the UK, white, black and blue, the blue certainly suits it quite nicely. But yeah, let's go through a little bit more and see what else goes through. Now, I'm not going to play any sound on this one, but essentially, on idle from the front, it sounds exactly like an EA AAA engine from a normal Golf R, in my opinion. There's the rear wing, as you can see from it. But the main thing to mention is when they rev it from static in the car with the Akrapovic exhaust, it makes quite a lot of cracks and sort of bangs. It very much seems artificially generated. A few people just on the sound side of things felt that it sounded like a bit of an RS4 from the sound actuator. Again, it's your preference whether or not you like it, so I will leave a link to the description to check out the video yourself. This is just me kind of running through it in general. There's the interior. It's obviously dark, so you can't really see too much. But I do like the blue touches that it's got to it. I think that looks quite nice, to be honest with you. Changing the modes and then giving it a bit of a rev. Quite cool. If I kind of skip it on a little bit further, because he just revs it basically. Actually, one thing, if I do go back, there we go. The paddles, it's just plastic. There's not really a massive amount of premium feel on that, and yeah, that's just something to note. The blue sort of highlights you get in the door cards and around the side, kind of reminiscent of just a normal R. I think that's always been their little signature. Going on the infotainment, I mean, it looks a little bit stuck on, rather than, again, I go back to the Mark 7 Golf R, and the Mark 7 platform in general, it just felt a little bit more integrated. And as we kind of get going on this, as I'll continue to play it, and it goes darker because he puts it into drive, you try using all those buttons in the night. Once he gets his hands straight, there's obviously a little indicator. There we go. Have a look at those buttons that you've got. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the right side because of the volumes. That's 20. You've then got what looks like 6 plus the swivel for that. That's 4. That's 10. 11 for the locks. You've then got something there. I'm not too sure even what that is. Maybe that isn't. Yeah, that's another type of locking for it. So that's another 2. And then you've obviously got the buttons there, which are for the like the lights, which, yeah, I mean, just a little toggle on the Mark 7. So you're looking at a lot of buttons, and that's not including the touch buttons that you get, obviously all your applications and stuff on the infotainment, and sort of your controls as well. What happened to an age where everything was supposed to be becoming easier and simpler to use? If I was stepping in that car, particularly at night, I just wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't have a clue what anything was to do. You need a proper go through in terms of what everything does. That sort of step in and go doesn't really work so well. But yeah, that's my opinion. Let me know what you think. And the guy just kind of goes through it. I think it's quite nice to see it from just a normal drive perspective. There's no commentary in this. You can see the head-up display there. Quite cool. And you can see as he obviously going on the autobahn, so you can push it quite hard. In the corners, you can see it's kind of pushing to understeer, but at the end of the day, it's it can only do what it can do. Happily gets up to pretty much max speed. I mean, this car's quoted at about 168 miles an hour with the performance pack, which this one has. So yeah, and the head-up display looks cool, and I actually do quite like the little dash in the front. It makes it feel like a bit more of a sports car. That's just from my opinion. Yeah, looks pretty nice from where I'm sitting from. Bit bumpy, all those kind of bits. But let's skip it on further, because to be honest with you, in the actual drive, there's not really much else to it. It's literally just skip it through to about 6 minutes and see what we get to. Yeah, just playing around the corners again. You can see the lighting. I mean, I love the white bright light that it does portray in the dark. That's always quite important. But does it really look like a game changer, these IQ lights, over the normal one in the previous Golf R? I really don't think so. But yeah, there we go. It's a good little drive, good little first impressions of the car. A few comments from my subscribers or just casual viewers of my channel on what they kind of think of it. I think sound actuators, they probably will improve as time goes on. This sounds like it's got pumped in sound through the stereo. But when you open the door and actually did it through the exhaust, you can hear that a little bit better. Bear in mind, this has got a £3,000 Akrapovic exhaust. This car, fully spec the way it is, you're climbing towards the £50,000 mark. So, yeah, I don't know if you can forgive some of its shortcomings at that price. Saying that, you look at the world of hot hatches at the moment. We're in a very, very tricky time. They've announced recently, which I'll probably do a video on actually, about Renault in France. Their taxation laws are sort of getting quite hard. So they're not really going to produce a hot hatch again. And although, I'm not a huge Renault advocate because of reliability and stuff like that, but they do make some great hot hatches, some of the best hot hatches over the last sort of 10-15 years. And it also helps the competition, like cars like the Golf R, like cars like the Civic Type R, all those hot hatches to become better. But with taxation laws coming in place, which will, the price of the cars are just going to be too much now. They're not going to make it. And this is a manufacturer who recently built a Renault Megane with carbon fibre wheels, which was quite expensive, but at the same time, and with no back seats, just for the hell of it. And they're not going to be able to do that anymore. So anyway, there's my little rant about that. As for the Golf R, glad they're making it. I think it will be a great hot hatch. Smooth as anything. The gearbox looked smooth roads as well. Geez, in the UK, just be all over the place. Yeah, it's there it is. There's kind of like the first drive. I think well done for them to get it out there. As always, to drive those cool little cars. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this first drive. And yeah, does it improve your thoughts on what you think the Golf R was like, or do you not think it's potentially as good as it probably could have been? If I just pause it on sort of like the R, well, I'll get a better pause on it. There we go. Everyone loves an Akrapovic exhaust getting steamed up. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. First proper drive of the Mark 8 Golf R. Should be a great, really be a great car, and I just think the world of electric, I just don't think it's going to be there anytime soon. Probably not really even in our lifetime. But cars like this, they're just so well tried and tested as being great cars. I just think the laws in specific countries are going to affect things so massively, and it even goes on the exhaust sound. You don't know what this car is kind of set up to in that sort of respects. Will it be quieter in your country? Will it be louder in your country? You just don't know anymore, and that's probably where the modification scene comes in. But yeah, there's the first drive of the Golf R. Listen, thanks so much for watching. It's just a little run through of the car. I think there are aspects of it I really liked. I think, to be honest with you, if I'm being brutally honest with you, I think the only thing I don't really like is the price. I just think it's a people's car, it's a hot hatch, and it's prices like this, which is why people just buy SUVs, unfortunately. So yeah, get the price down, which I guess in the second-hand market it might be, and it'll become more of an appealing thing. I really do like that light bar at the front. It really does stand out. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.